All right, Miles, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers here for a little bit. Look, this Steelers team, and we always love to talk about the Steelers because on this channel, we like to focus on teams that make a lot of smart moves, a lot of great decisions. So we've got a report involving the Pittsburgh Steelers about a very smart move the Steelers are doing involving one of their young playmakers that I think will be huge for them come 2023.
Yeah, Nick, I think the Steelers have done a great job picking up a lot of young guys. We talk about this young playmaker who potentially could be a breakout player this season, but that's why I want to ask the fans in the comment section below. Listen, the early part of the preseason training camp, all of that is in the books. And now we take a look back, and I want you to let us know in the comments below, who do you think, who's your early pick for a breakout player from the Steelers? Let us know in the comments below. Who is your early pick for a breakout player for the Steelers? But Nick, nonetheless, let's get on into it. Who is this potential breakout candidate?
Yeah, so at this point, like you alluded to, Miles, now that we're in the mini camps and OTAs, they're in the books now. We can look and see what teams are doing with certain players and how they're planning to use them. And there's reports out of Pittsburgh Steelers now that mini camps and OTAs are done about one young playmaker who I know you're high on, and I love this guy too, Calvin Austin III. And we got a great report from NBC Sports. If you throw it up, Miles, I will read from it. All right, from the report, Steelers wide receivers coach Frisman Jackson said this month the team needs a big jump from George Pickens in his second season, and the team also appears to have some plans in mind for another wide receiver who joined the team in the 2022 draft. While Pickens was a contributor as a rookie, fourth-round pick Calvin Austin III spent the entire season on injured reserve. He was back at work this spring, however, and running back Najee Harris said that his teammate is someone who can make an impact while lining up really anywhere on the offense. I think he's going to be featured a lot, Harris said via the team's website. He's going to put a lot of pressure on defenses. Jackson confirmed the team has been looking at Austin in different places this offseason, but they are still massaging his role as they head toward this summer's training camp. All right, Miles, look, I'm a big fan of Calvin Austin III. I thought he was a dynamic playmaker coming out of college. I was really bummed to see him get hurt last season and miss all of the regular season. But the fact that he's back and healthy, and we talked about this a few months ago, he looks healthy, looks good to go, is a great sign for the Pittsburgh Steelers because this is one of these guys. And there's playmakers like this and really good teams all across the NFL that you can line up anywhere, and he's just a dangerous playmaker. Line up in the slot, send him in motion on a speed sweep, quick screens, vertical shots down the field. This guy is like instant offense. And I'm loving to hear that the Pittsburgh Steelers are planning to move him around all over the field, whether in the slot, in motion, out wide, potentially lining up in the backfield in certain formations. I think that's really smart by the Pittsburgh Steelers because this is a guy, I think if you utilize him a lot like Tony Pollard for the Dallas Cowboys, I know different size and dimensions, but similar kind of concept. They're just great playmakers. He could be a massive weapon for the Pittsburgh Steelers and create a lot of big plays for a Steelers offense that frankly needs a lot of big plays. But before I throw it over to you, Miles, get your thoughts on this Calvin Austin decision to line him up all over the offense and really utilize them very smartly. I want to remind everyone to stay tuned to the end of today's video to hear a word from our partner of today's video, and that, of course, is Neuro. Neuro's got a lot of great products that give you a fast and easy boost of energy. We love to take their mints or their gums right before the show. It gives us the energy we need to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we love to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to learn more about Neuro and, most importantly, to get access to our special discount code. All right, Miles, what are your thoughts on Austin and the Steelers right now?
Yeah, Nick, I think this guy is going to be super dynamic because we go all the way back to last combine season. When we look at Calvin Austin, this guy was blazing fast. Official 4.340 time, but people say that potentially it was even faster. There's a whole controversy. There's, numbers thrown around that he even potentially ran a 4.03 out there. So it's somewhere in between a 4 second and a 4.340. That's a lot of discrepancy there, but he is very, very fast nonetheless. And I think that is one of the skills in the NFL that translates pretty much unanimously through all positions. Speed kills, and I think Calvin Austin has it in spades. This guy can, like you said, he can line up in the running back position, be extremely dynamic like a Tony Pollard guy. He can line up in the slot and be dynamic. He can go out wide and break open the game. This is a guy who truly can get the ball on a speed sweep and take it 90 yards for a touchdown because he is that quick, Nick. And I think the Steelers were kind of missing that dynamicism last year when they were playing. This is an offense who never really got off to a strong start. It looked kind of flat at points, but now I think with all of the pieces coming together, you get Pickens in his second year getting a lot of rapport with Pickett. That is going to be good. You get Harris. You get Robinson in there now. You get a Deontay Johnson where not everybody is keying in on him all the time. And now you put Austin the third in that role. I think this offense now has the boost from a guy like Calvin Austin to really be extremely dynamic and actually blow the tops off of defense, something the Steelers didn't do too much last season. So I think the addition of this guy is going to be very special. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table.
And Miles, just to wrap this all up, one of the things we tend to forget, and look, the Steelers offense last season got a lot of chagrin, rightly so, with Matt Canada running the show and the plays they were calling. It looked really bad a lot of the time, could not generate much big plays. But sometimes you really truly are just one player away. The Tua-led Miami Dolphins are a great example of that, right? Tua looks terrible his first couple of years in the NFL. Is he going to be the guy? We don't know. He's not very good. Enter Tyreek Hill. Now he's an all-pro guy, MVP candidate. Sometimes you're just one player away. And Kenny Pickett did look good down the stretch, but I think this offense as a whole, they are one dynamic, explosive playmaker away. A guy who can catch a 7-yard slant and take it 70. A guy who can catch a quick screen and turn it into a splash play of 20-plus yards. I think that's what they were missing. And suddenly you add Austin into the fold, those big plays will come. And Matt Canada, don't be surprised now if he starts looking and appearing a lot more creative, because you're going to start seeing a lot more big plays with Austin in the fold here on the offensive side of the ball. I love what this kid is doing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.